You're watching NBA Today, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
We had an action-packed night in the association, so let's go coast to coast. First up, Cleveland. This is for you. Donovan Mitchell lit the Pacers up 43 points, his 12th 30-point game this season, second most behind SGA. So, Chiney, do you believe the Cavs rely a little too much on Don?
No. They have to keep relying on him because we understand that the Cavs, they've dealt with Knicks and Knacks over the course of the season, pun intended, when you're talking about the Eastern Conference. But you need this guy to feel like he has to be a superhero, which he absolutely is. But he's Spider-Man, right? But I like this trending for him. He needs to be aggressive, and he needs to carry his teammates along.
The Cavaliers,
never too much.
It still feels like they need to take it up even another notch. All right, let's go to Denver. That's where Anthony Davis scored a season-high 32 points, but the rookies, they stole the show. Cooper Flagg added 24, Ryan Nembhard 28 and 10 assists in the win. Tim McMahon is with us. Are we seeing more of a turnaround here for the Mavs?
Well, you're seeing a showcase performance for Anthony Davis there for sure. Cooper Flagg is going to be Rookie of the Year. I mean, this guy is really coming into his own. Ryan Nembhard, they don't have picks coming up from 27 to 30. They're going to have to hit on some guys. Undrafted rookie, 28 and 10 with no turnovers. He's got a chance.
There you go. Go Zags. Off to Miami. That's where Asia Wilson. I loved this. Recording Bam Adebayo's player introductions, getting all the angles there. Bam had himself a game, too. He scored 27 points, 14 rebounds. Norm Powell scored 30. The Heat crushed the Clippers. Brian, let's focus on the Heat side first. What are people around the league saying about these reeling Clippers and the Heat?
Well, Bam Adebayo had 5 3-pointers in this game, the most he's ever made in his career. Their starting lineup made 21. They're obviously really rolling offensively. But let me just say this, Malika. They made 14 threes in the first half of this game, okay? Out come the second half. They hit 3 threes out of the gate. Call timeout. Ty Lue pulls the whole starters out of the game.
Oh, speaking of reeling, let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks or the Washington Wizards. CJ McCollum scored 28 points. The Wizards got the win over Milwaukee. Giannis, 26 points. But the Bucks have now lost 8 of their last 10 games here. It has not been a great season for Milwaukee, right? 9 and 13 so far. 20th in the NBA. The defense ranks in the bottom third of the league. And on offense, the Bucks are only averaging 46 points in the paint, 26th in the NBA, despite Giannis averaging over 20 paint points per game this season. That's more than the 16 games that he's played in. So despite Giannis playing at an MVP level, the Bucks are not looking like a contender. And remember, over the summer, as just a reminder here, that's when there were reports that Giannis's relationship with the organization, it may be strained, and he wanted to reevaluate maybe around the quarter mark of the season. Here we are, the quarter mark of the season, and as it stands, the Bucks are fighting to stay in the play-in picture. So, Brian, I'm going to go back to you here. What do you make of where things are with Giannis and the Bucks?
Shams reported that Giannis had interest in being traded to the Knicks. At the risk of parodying myself, why would he do that? He did it because he knew that this team is not strong. Of the last 8 years, I would argue, and with all due respect, the situation could change. This is the weakest roster they've had in 8 years. Over the last couple of years, when Giannis has missed games, they've kept their head above water. They've basically been a 500 team. This year, when he's not in there, they're 1-5. When he is in there, they're 9-8. They're slightly above 500. This is not a Giannis thing. This is a team that's aged out, that's barely trying to keep its head above water when he's there, much less when he's not. That's just the reality. They may get hotter or colder as the season goes along, but they don't have a strong roster. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is.
Well, Tim, you saw the Bucks beat the Mavericks narrowly, right? They won by like 2 points. And since then, they've lost 9 of 11 games. You're in these arenas talking to folks. What are people saying about what's going on right now with the Bucks?
I mean, Giannis watch with the Bucks has been going on for like 7 years. And they've repeatedly been able to kind of save it, right? And they won a championship in that span. But look, this attempt to try to salvage it with waiving Dame and stretching him and bringing in Miles Turner, it hasn't worked. They're fighting to make a play, and at this point, it's like, what is Giannis waiting for? Hey, if you want to be in Milwaukee and be a one-team guy, awesome. He's indicated that many times over the years that he is more than willing to go. If he doesn't think he can win a championship, there's just no way to look at this situation and believe that the Bucks can get this thing back to close to championship contention.
I really feel for fans in Milwaukee because when you talk about Giannis watch, I know they're probably watching his social media. I don't know if it's deleting or archiving a couple posts. People sort of see that. I saw a little bit there. we all archive when pictures are slow, but when they're not, when they're all one genre, maybe a team, that's when you sort of start panicking. Regardless of all of that, Giannis has done what he's needed to do. Every day every time he steps on the floor, he's one of the most consistent players we've seen in the NBA. I looked at, I always love looking at stats and numbers. Who's leading them in points? Giannis. Rebounds, assists. Like, how much more can you give? And we understand his standard is excellence. And you look at the rest of the way that the NBA is shaping, you feel like, okay, if we put this together, this could be our year to really win in the East. It feels like they're so far from that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a lot of expectation from them at the beginning. They started out better than I thought they would.
They did.
So I give them, and Giannis was out with that groin injury for a little while, so I give him a little grace, but I didn't have high expectations from the jump. I didn't think it was going to work. Miles Turner was a good pickup, but losing Dame with injury and then losing to Washington Wizards with Chris Middleton hitting that 3 last night, that has to be a reevaluation type of situation.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Reevaluation. Like, there's certain teams that you lose to, you're like, oh, you're questioning.
You got to reevaluate what's going on here.
But, you think about exhausting all options. Like, you've done trades, you've changed coaches, you've, upped your game. I think it's a really frustrating point to be.
Yeah, well, there's one more option, and we're not there yet. That's what Milwaukee Bucks fans are hoping, that these deleting of social media posts related to the Milwaukee Bucks is not signifying, right? It sounds crazier than it actually was.
Andy, what's going on over here?
In case you missed it, last night on Monday Night Football, Giants kicker Younghoe Koo went full Charlie Brown.
Oh, man.
Oh.
On a field goal attempt.
Almost looks like a
my God.
Brown, an all-time low light for the Giants. So we're not going to miss a chance to look at some funny NBA moments.
It's time for Hooper Bloopers.
It's time for Hooper Bloopers.
It's time for Hooper Bloopers.
Say it with your chest, Giannis. Here are some memorable misses of the season, some Hooper bloopers,
you have my attention,
if you will. First up, our friend LaMelo Ball. Trying to pass, and then he ends up hitting.
I mean, I don't blame them.
Jalen
Courts are hard.
Right in the face. And then Josh Hart tweeted about this. Way to use your head, my boy.
My boy.
I'm surprised he didn't say his head was in the way.
Yeah.
Usually, yes, it would be something about that. Jalen Suggs versus the Wizards. Tries to hit the no-look 3. The ball does not, in fact, go in.
I thought it was a Nick Young.
Nick Young, Gilbert
Nick's my boy,
Arenas.
too, so respectfully.
Swaggy P.
Got the offensive board.
No.
Lastly, Jaylen Brown and his hairline.
Oh, man.
Just terrorizing the league.
Just spray painting everybody's jerseys.
Oh, no.
OG Anunoby, Ron Holland.
My guy, too.
Just go bald, man. It's okay.
No,
bald is a solid
This was the worst. He looks at the bench. He looks at the whole bench.
The fact that the entire team examined it, too.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,